Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to cover the Steam Spring Sale once again, and the Steam Spring Sale is wrapping up. It is Tuesday as I am recording this video, and the sale does end Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Your local time may vary, but yeah, you got all of today, all of tomorrow as I'm recording this video, and then just a little bit of Thursday. And given that most of you guys have day jobs and whatnot, Thursday is kind of irrelevant since most of you guys will be at work by the time the sale ends, or you'll be at school, whatever the case may be. But yeah, here to cover some of the deals under $20, a lot of games at this price threshold, and a lot of good stuff, so let's get right into it. And I think starting things off, this is very timely to recommend Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, 75% off for $12.49. Guys, Horizon Forbidden West does drop this Thursday. After the spring sale wraps up, Forbidden West will be out. So, Forbidden West is obviously a game that you should play after completing Zero Dawn. In absolutely no world should you play Forbidden West before playing Zero Dawn. Forbidden West is a direct sequel, and Zero Dawn is fantastic, and I would say narratively, Zero Dawn is by far the stronger game. However, Forbidden West pretty much better in every other area outside of the story, but the story is an integral component of Horizon, and Zero Dawn tells a damn good story and still has a sizable amount of content. The gameplay is still pretty good, and has the Frozen Wilds expansion with the Complete Edition as well. Much like Forbidden West is going to have the Burning Shores expansion, Zero Dawn does have the Frozen Wilds, so that's pretty cool. $12.49, great price point for it. Certainly would recommend it at that price. Next up, we got NieR Automata, 60% off for $15.99. NieR Automata is absolutely awesome from a soundtrack standpoint, one of the best soundtracks you're going to come from a JRPG. Great gameplay done by Platinum Games, so you know you're getting some fast-paced action gameplay. Story, while a little bit confusing at first, really comes together by the end and after you do the multiple playthroughs. And a worthwhile game to go through. Definitely one that I would recommend, and for $16, a very, very good pickup. Would also recommend NieR Replicant, but NieR Automata being the cheaper game here, $16, a damn good pickup here. Next up, speaking of games with great narratives, Detroit Become Human, 60% off for $15.99. Now, this game pretty much entirely relies on said narrative, but it is a damn good story-based game. Detroit Become Human is fantastic, and it's the most recent game Quantic Dream has put out, and essentially Quantic Dream specializes in these story-driven games. They're currently working on, I believe, Star Wars Eclipse is the name of the game. Probably will come out by the time I'm like 70 years old, so like I'm not that excited about that game. But there are other games they did: Heavy Rain, Indigo Prophecy. They also did Beyond Two Souls. But Detroit, from a quality of life standpoint and as far as aging, I feel like Detroit is the game that you should play. Narratively, it's great, futuristic story that I feel like a lot of people can vibe with, especially in today's climate. I just think Detroit's a very interesting game to go into in 2024. But yeah, 60% off for $15.99, damn good pickup there. They do have the Quantic Dream Collection, which is $28.77. Gets you Detroit, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls for $28.77. Not a bad pickup, but yeah, Detroit's definitely the standout here. Next up, Days Gone, 75% off for $12.49. Days Gone is certainly one of the lesser PlayStation exclusives, or former exclusives, I mean, now that it's on PC. But it's still a pretty good game, and a lot of the shortcomings on PlayStation 4 came from the technical side of things. There were a lot of performance issues on PS4 that were mostly alleviated on PC. The PC version runs absolutely fantastically, and I would highly recommend it from that standpoint. The game itself has some issues outside of that. It's one of those games that really, it would have done it a lot of good if it shaved off some of the content towards the end. Still a very enjoyable game, and story-wise, it's pretty good. The gameplay is solid, a lot of content, $12.49, good price point on that as well. Next up, we got Red Dead Redemption 2, 67% off for $19.79. Do I really have to sell you guys on this game? I mean, if you don't own it, just go ahead and pick it up. This is legitimately one of my favorite games of all time. I think Arthur Morgan is among my top 3 to 5 best video game characters of all time, and I liked Arthur better than John, and I love John Marston as a character as well, and John has a prominent role in this game as well, of course, but I loved John as a character, but Arthur, I think, is Arthur's one of the best characters in video games. Like I said, John is too, so it's like, you know, what does that really say? But Red Dead Redemption 2 is phenomenal. It is super slow paced. Like, it takes a while for it to really get going, introducing the world, the characters, and everything like that. But man, what a tremendous game it is. 1979 is a great pickup. And it's one of those games that every couple of years I'm gonna do another playthrough of it. And really, I've been doing like a playthrough like once a year of Red Dead 2. It's just a fantastic game. I love it. And 1979 is a bargain for the amount of content you get. Next up, speaking of bargain for the amount of content you get, Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition is 67% off for $19.79. This gets you Monster Hunter World as well as the Iceborne expansion. That's a damn good deal for all the content you're getting. I definitely would recommend it. The expansion's great in terms of adding a sizable amount of content and some gameplay tweaks, and Monster Hunter World, the base game, is great as well. If you want to just check out the base game for $10, that's a decent pickup, but getting the Master Edition for $19.78, I think is a really, really solid pickup. It's a game that, you know, it's not getting content updates anymore, but man, Capcom did a phenomenal job of keeping this game updated with fresh content, and yeah, credit to them. And obviously, Monster Hunter Wilds is going to come out in 2025, but that's 2025. It's going to be a $70 game, so, you know, $19.78 for Iceborne Master Edition, definitely a good pickup here. Next up, we got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, 75% off for $14.99. RIP to the GOAT, Akira Toriyama. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a tremendous game that I really enjoyed. Now, you do have to keep in mind, a lot of the content is locked behind DLC. There's 2 season passes, and the season passes include sizable content. Season Pass 1 includes some Dragon Ball Super content, as well as the alternate timeline Trunks story. So when, like, the Z Warriors fight the androids in the other timeline, Goku's like dead from like the from what's it called, I forget what it was, the virus where Trunks goes back in time. But you guys get the idea. If you watch DBZ, I ain't going down the storyline. The alternate timeline Trunks, where Trunks and future Gohan are fighting the androids, and that's a pretty good piece of content, to say the least. And then also Season Pass 2 includes the Bardock story, which was very good. You have the World Tournament section from Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, and then you have some content to wrap up the Z storyline. There's also rumors that yes, there's going to be a 3rd season pass. So keep in mind, there's the base Kakarot game for $15. There's the deluxe edition, that includes Season Pass 1 for $21.24, and then there's the Legendary Edition, which is, yes, $48. Now, keep in mind, Season Pass 2 alone is $40 since all that content came out relatively recently, so just bear that in mind. I think the base game is fine for you to check out for now, and then I would say pick up the other content when it goes on sale. Alternatively, you could just skip this for now and wait for the super duper edition to ultimately go on sale. If they actually do another edition on top of the Legendary Edition, that'll be kind of crazy because the Legendary Edition initially released at $120, so yeah, I don't know what they would price the even higher edition if they do a 3rd season pass, but there you go. They probably will, because there's a lot of content that they could do. There's no Broly content in this game, so that's kind of a bummer. Season Pass 3, definitely that would be a hook to get people to check that out, but take that for what you will. DBZ Kakarot is great retelling of the DBZ story, although they do cut out some kind of interesting sections, like, well, why are you cutting out my boy juiced up Trunks, Super Trunks versus Cell? That was kind of a bummer, since I quite like that fight, like Trunks just being too slow and getting whooped by Cell, but nonetheless, still a great game, $15, great pickup there, and again, RIP Akira Toriyama. Next up, I want to give a shout to BlazBlue Entropy Effect. It's only 22% off for $15.59. I recently started playing this game, guys, a couple weeks ago. This game is awesome. If you're a fan of action roguelites, this game is stylish as all hell. It has no real attachment to BlazBlue, the story and the fighting games. It really just uses the characters, but man, in terms of presentation, visuals, stylish action gameplay, BlazBlue Entropy Effect is awesome. Some great battles in this game as well. I'm shocked at how much I'm enjoying this game, and I highly recommend it. I cannot sing this game's praises enough, and thanks to 91 Act for hooking me up with a copy of the game, but this game is awesome, and I highly, highly recommend it. For $15.59, not a sizable discount, but it was in early access for a while. Just came out of early access like a month and a half or so ago, so check this out. If you like your roguelite action titles, you're gonna really enjoy it, and yeah, can't say enough good things about it. I'm really having a great time with that right now. It's in my current rotation of games I'm playing. But next up, we got Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition, 60% off for $14. Man, Final Fantasy 15 is a game that I can talk about ad nauseum. It's a game with a lot of issues, especially narratively. Overall, it still offers a lot to like, especially because you're paying $14 and you're getting this Windows Edition that includes the content from the Royal Edition. A lot of DLC is included, and overall, I would still say it's a worthwhile game. Soundtrack's great, visuals are great, combat is great, open world is gorgeous, so $14 I still think is a pretty good buy. Just wish from a narrative standpoint that it was a little bit better. A couple more games to note. Tales of Arise, this is 50% off for $19.99. Great JRPG and a great title to get into Tales of as an IP. They did release an expansion, Beyond the Dawn, that's post-game content. It takes place after the base game, so keep that in mind. But yeah, the base game's great. $19.99 is a good buy, good action gameplay. Not the best cast of characters with Tales of, like when you look at a Vesperia and Abyss, Arise isn't at that level with its cast, but it's still pretty strong, and for $19.99, a good pickup there. And lastly, we have RGG's Judgment. It is 60% off for $15.99. I talk about Judgment ad nauseum. It's a fantastic game. If you want to get into the Ryuga Gotoku Studio titles, this is a damn good starting point because this game was created ground up for the PlayStation 4. So in terms of visuals, it still holds up pretty well comparatively to like Yakuza 0. Has English voice acting, which I do think a lot of people will appreciate. And the English voice acting is damn good. And Judgment itself, damn good game. Narrative incredibly strong. Give it a strong recommendation. But that'll do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals under the price of $20. Links to all of these deals in the description box below as always. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.